Hi everybody, this is Dr. Nichols-Boyle and welcome to W315 Writing for the Web. This is just a short introductory video to take you through a little bit of how the course works and where things are on Canvas, and a bit about the course and what we'll be doing this semester. All of this information pretty much is also on the website, but in the Canvas site. But it's sometimes nice to hear a voice and to have somebody walk you through it just in case you're a little bit confused as you get through this first week or two. So I'm going to start with showing you a little bit about how the course works and where it is online, and then we'll talk a little bit about the course and what we'll be doing this semester. So first of all, I have the syllabus here set up on the home page, and this is where I explain the main elements and have the major sections of how the course grades work and how it will be assessed. So, and my contact information, that kind of thing. So I have this here set up as a home page. I have this video here, and then a little bit about how the course works. So I do this course Wednesday through Tuesday. You get a little bit more time this first week because obviously you didn't know when it was going to start. So the new week will open up on a Wednesday, and the previous week's assignments will be due Tuesday by midnight. So for example, week 2 will start Wednesday, August 30th, and it will end Tuesday, September 5th by midnight. But the next week's will be up Wednesday, September 6th for week 3. The first discussion post, so you will have often a discussion many weeks, so there will be about 10 total. And those discussion posts will be due on Saturday by midnight. So you do have one thing due before the Tuesday, and that's to allow us some time to interact and to have that kind of course community and connection. So we have time to read and respond before having to wait a whole other week. So we will have the first responses due Saturday by midnight, and then the response to the classmate will be due the following Tuesday at midnight with your other things. The one thing that you really want to keep in mind for this course is that pretty much everything is found in the modules section up here. I'll take you through that a little bit in a minute, but this will show you a list of all the assignments and readings and materials for each week. So you can just work your way through that, and you don't really have to worry much about the other sections. The discussions and assignments posts are here too. Those sections are open, but the modules will take you to the sections in assignments and discussions that you need for each week as well. So you don't really need to worry too much about that. The only other real thing is I sometimes put videos here in the media gallery if you want to have quick access to the videos for tutorials or other things throughout the course. And then I just have a note to, if you have any questions, to try to look over the syllabus first. And then ask me, of course. I'm always open to having people contact me, clearly because this is an online class. Email is usually the best way. But if you're on campus, I also have office hours, and I'm happy to talk with you then as well. And I'm also holding virtual office hours once a week, which I'll go over in a minute also. So the full course syllabus is here and also linked at the bottom. I have all the main elements here in the syllabus page, but some of the course policies and university policies are there. So things like attendance or late assignments, some more information about those kinds of things will be available on the full syllabus. So we have my contact info. Generally, I try to get back to you pretty quickly by email. 24 hours is my policy during the week, might be a little bit longer on the weekends. Particularly if there's something more intense that you want me to look over, I might just get back to you and say I'll need a few days to give you more detailed feedback. My office hours are here. My office is in Y Camp on the 3rd floor, for those of you who are familiar with the IUSB campus. Again, you don't need to make an appointment to see me during my office hours. And I also try to make a point for my online classes. If anyone responds, emails me, or uses the old campus message thing here during my office hours, I will respond immediately as long as I'm not already talking with the student, face to face. And I also have virtual office hours on Monday, so the day before everything is due from 12 to 1. And during that time, anybody who emails me or canvas messages me, I will respond right away. And I don't have office hours during that time, so we'll try to be as quick as possible during that section. That's the time you always know you can reach me. I do have an office phone too. You can call me during office hours. If I'm with a student, I won't answer, otherwise I will. And you can leave a message there as well. But again, since I'm not always in my office, email is usually the best way to reach me. We don't have any required text for this class. Everything that you need you can find in the Canvas module section, so I've linked to all the readings and materials that we need. And you don't need to have advanced technology knowledge, as I've said here. Everything is free, web-based, and I will provide instructions, usually written instructions, as well as a short video so you can follow through on any of the applications that we use. But it is really important that you have a reliable broadband internet connection, so something pretty quick, and that you have consistent access to a computer with updated software and memory so you can view the videos, you can use the current versions of the web-based programs, and be able to keep track of everything. This is primarily, however, a writing class, even though we're writing on the web. So we all will have new types of technology, but I don't expect you to know how to code. And design isn't the main focus. While that's certainly an element and something that we need to know about in order to make our writing most effective, the focus is on the writing. So we will be focusing on the main categories of blogs, e-news, and websites. The ultimate final project is going to be the creation of your own website. So this is a skill, being able to produce effective web writing for professional purposes, not for fun necessarily or just for your own entertainment, but for the workforce is basically what we're working on here. So we're going to formally analyze ineffective and effective web design content, create our own websites, research audience, and do a lot of planning and drafting before we get to final products and feedback from me along the way. And we'll talk a lot about in this first couple weeks and throughout the course about how that writing is different in a web format versus a print format. So if you're used to writing a lot of essays and do very well in that, obviously the main grammar and all those rules still apply, but there will be a different way of structuring it for the web. A little bit more forefronting of the main point, shorter, more direct sentences, more white space, shorter paragraphs, using links and other ways to use the medium with images and videos and things like that. So there'll be a lot of talking about how do we make our writing most effective for this, how do we make it stand out so people actually want to come back and see and view our content. Okay, so that kind of takes us over some of the course goals, basically professional writing skills, awareness of audience. This is another big thing that's a difference between web writing, is writing to a specific audience that you're going to be focusing on rather than this sort of general academic audience you would have in an essay. And as I mentioned, web writing strategies and concerns. We will have homework assignments every week. Those total the kind of drafts and practice things, the discussions, that's worth about 10% of your grade. The news assignments, I don't accept late assignments on those. For some of the major ones like the news writing or blogs, I will allow 1 week to revise or to turn it in late with a penalty. We have a client project where we are evaluating a website and giving advice on how it can improve. And then eventually will be our own professional web portfolio or website. And then a final sort of evaluation of that site that goes along with it. A little bit about my grading scale here, the last day to drop the class with the automatic grade of W. And then here's just the main weekly setup, what we're going to be focused on each week, and what some of the major assignments will be for those weeks. And I've put in breaks and tried to accommodate for that as well. Then another link to the full printable syllabus with all the course and university policies. So that takes you through some of the major things that you need to know about the course. Let's take a quick look at the modules section just so you know how we're getting to accessing all this content. And then we can work from there. So I have a link to the course schedule here if you just want to print off that part of it, what is happening week to week. And then this is an example of what we're doing the first week. So every week I'll have instructions here. You can kind of access things two ways. I really recommend going to the instructions first, reading through what's going on that week, and it takes you through it step by step. What I find most useful when I was doing online classes and how I've designed it is that you might want to, say, print off the instructions and kind of put a check mark next to it yourself that I've done each of these steps. And they have links to each of the things that you have to do, like complete the Are You Ready assessment. You click on that and you'll get to it. And watch the video, review the syllabus, and so on. So you can do it right in here if you want and just keep kind of going back and forth. And it always gives you the major due dates as well. And as I mentioned here, a good thing to keep in mind for an online class is it might look overwhelming, but remember that this is meant to mimic the kind of time you would spend in class and the homework outside of class. So a face-to-face class with me for 2.5 hours a week, plus at least 2 to 3 hours of homework at the 300 level course. So you should expect to spend about 5 hours per week on this course on average, and more on weeks with bigger projects due. So that's one way you can do, is just go through it like this. And then the other way, as I mentioned here, is you can just click the next button at the bottom here, and move on to the next thing, and it will take you through each section in the modules that are listed there. So you can go to the Are You Ready assessment, and once you're done with that, you can go to the video, and once you're done with that, you can go and review the syllabus, and then next would be the discussion. And this is locked right now, but it will be open and explain what will be in there, the introductions. You'll learn a little bit more about my background in web writing and professional writing and my education and interest in this subject. So I hope that you will check that out, and I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you. And then this would be the video you need to watch again, and the short reading, which you can start reading in here if you want. You can download and print off also and look at it that way. So you get the idea. And then the first response, which is locked right now as well. The second short discussion. This first week we have 2 little discussions, and then a quick technology assessment to give me an idea of your technology levels of readiness and kind of what you like to do with technology right now. So it gives me a better idea of where the course is at and what we might want to focus on. And a little bit about your career skills and background as well, because again, this is focused on writing for professional purposes this semester. Okay, and then the grade section I will try to update about once a week, maybe a little bit longer for some of the major assignments. And the discussions is here as well. I have a course questions one. You can add general things, and then you see that the first 2 discussions are here, but they're not available until tomorrow morning. By the time you look at this, they will be available. And then again, the media gallery will have the section here. People is just a list of everyone in the course, so that will give you a sense of your classmates as well. And that's about it. So I hope this helped you get a better idea of what's going on in the course. Really look forward to seeing your writing and creations this semester. This is a nice course to be able to have a little bit of freedom and be more creative, as long as, again, we're really thinking about who we're targeting that writing for and learning these new skills for the professional workplace. So welcome, and I will be hearing from you and giving you more information soon.